YouTube just rolled out 2x speed playback for shorts, and on the surface it sounds like a nice feature, but there's a lot more going on beneath that announcement than most coverage actually dug into.
Okay, so they're letting people speed up videos that are already capped at 60 seconds max. That's interesting. Why would they do that?
Right, so YouTube's official line is that it helps users absorb information more quickly or find their favorite part faster. Super reasonable sounding, right? But here's the thing. When you can watch a 1-minute video in 30 seconds, you're essentially doubling the amount of content someone can consume in the same amount of time.
Oh, I see where this is going. More videos watched in a session means more ads served, more engagement metrics, stronger recommendation signals. That's the real story.
Exactly. And almost none of the tech coverage even mentioned that angle. TechCrunch basically just repeated YouTube's own framing without asking the uncomfortable question, faster for whom and toward what end?
So this is really about the attention economy. YouTube's competing directly with TikTok and Instagram Reels for that finite pool of human attention, and accelerating consumption is a competitive weapon.
Exactly. But here's where it gets even more interesting. YouTube didn't just announce the speed feature, they bundled it with removing the dislike button from Shorts. They framed that as building a more positive web. But what it actually does is strip away explicit negative feedback.
And replace it with what? Softer options?
Yeah, now you've got to use not interested or don't recommend this channels. Those are multi-step options that route feedback away from public view and into YouTube's recommendation algorithm only. Fewer explicit negative signals means less friction in the feed, users stay longer, more content gets consumed.
So both changes, the speed control and the dislike removal, they're both pushing in the same direction. More content, faster consumption, less resistance. That's a deliberate strategy.
Completely deliberate. And when you look at what researchers are finding about digital attention spans, especially with younger audiences and TikTok, the concern is real. We're talking about content that's now effectively 30 seconds or less. That fundamentally changes what feels normal as a viewing duration.
So a 10-minute YouTube video would actually feel like a commitment now, instead of just a quick watch. The baseline keeps shrinking.
Right. And the framing YouTube uses, that speed is empowerment, that it's helping you consume more intentionally, that doesn't match how Shorts actually works. It's a vertical scroll feed, totally passive and algorithm-driven. Speed controls don't make that more intentional, they just accelerate the scroll.
This feels like a case where the press release became the story instead of the starting point for actual scrutiny. Coverage just accepted what YouTube said at face value.
Exactly. These aren't neutral product design decisions, they're decisions made inside one of the world's largest advertising businesses. YouTube's optimizing for watch time and advertiser reach. Whether that benefits the person holding the phone is actually a different question, and it rarely gets asked.
So where does this go from here? Is this just how these platforms operate now?
Well, that's worth paying attention to. The more I think about it, the more these changes look like a template. Control the pace of consumption. Soften negative feedback, tighten the feedback loop to the algorithm. It's not just YouTube. If you want the full breakdown of what's actually happening here and why the coverage missed the story, you should read the piece at newslet.com.